Universal Spirit Center. Oh, yeah, it's good to be here with all of you this morning. Let's give some love to our band. There's Linda on keys, Oliver on bass, and we have a new drummer today with us. Give Josh some love, y'all. Yeah. All right. Let's feel this energy, right? Come on. Yeah, let's, just a little something. Hey. I am alive with the Spirit of God. 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 I am alive, y'all, alive with the Spirit of God. Woo! I am alive with the Spirit of God. Woo! I am alive with the Spirit of God. Woo! I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive with the Spirit of God. Oh, I am alive, y'all, alive with the Spirit of God. Come on, band, take it on. The Spirit of God. Come on. I am alive with the Spirit of God. Ooh, I am alive with the Spirit of God. Hey, I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive, y'all, alive with the Spirit of God. God, 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 God. Ooh. Little Richard, wherever you are, ooh, shut up. My name is Gina Walker. I am your musical production director. So nice to have you. Let's give some love also to our production team over there. Ryan and Jeff, keeping everything moving and grooving. Love that. So I don't know why y'all sat back down. This is Sunday, and most of you know what we do. Y'all know how we do this thing. So you at home as well in your PJs, stand on up. We're getting ready to sing our congregational song. Whatever's going on right now, let's just release and let it go, right? Yeah, come on, let's do this. Woo. Here we go. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Come on, sing out. I release what? Y'all better sing. I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here. I'm only here. You're only here. We're only here. I'm only here for God.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to your morning workout via Gino. So glad you're here. I'm Kevin Busey. I have the great honor and privilege of being the spiritual leader of our progressive, inclusive, welcoming spiritual community. And I welcome all of you here this morning. So whoever you are, wherever you are on your spiritual path, please know you are deeply loved. You are deeply loved. And you are welcomed here. A special welcome to you who join us for the first time or have been away for a while and have come back. And for you who join us online, we're glad that you're part of our community as well. So I'm really excited to announce this workshop that we're doing in mid-November. Gino has presented
Yes. Our wonderful Selena Maitreya, who's an author and a wonderful workshop host. She is coming and gifting us. So it's a fundraiser for us.
Yeah. And so Friday night, you're all welcome. It's free. You get to meet her and get to know her. And we have a Facebook post of her out. And she's such a loving presence. If you experience her, her energy is so elevated. And so to be in her presence is really a thing. So anyway, Friday night, you're welcome to come. And then if you want to be a part of the workshop that next day, you can check her out. If you want to be a part, you would come back that next morning, and then we have a little light breakfast for you and a chance. And as Gino said, all the money, she's donated all the money to our center. So that's pretty cool. Also, I'm offering a Foundations for Spiritual Living class in January. So it's not till January. But anyone who's interested, if you're new and want to check it, you're checking us out, right after the gathering, I'll be in our offices. And any of you who are interested in it might want to be a part. We can just sit and talk about it. I'll tell you about it. I wanted to kind of let you know about it since we're not going to be offering it until January, but I want to kind of hook you in now and kind of whet your appetite about that. So the other thing I want to mention is on Wednesday nights at 6:30, myself and about 12 of us have been gathering to meditate and to hold energy and consciousness for the upcoming elections. So we're going to meet this Wednesday right across the street. You're welcome. And please come and join us and just raise the vibration, right, as we move into our election. And then I want to give a special shout out to the Christmas Eve choir. We are creating a Christmas Eve choir under the tutelage and direction of Gino. So if you're interested, please, today would be the day probably to let us know because they're starting to ramp up for the rehearsals. Gino and I picked up some really awesome songs, a lineup for that. So I really encourage you, if you would like to sing, to come join the choir. That would be really great. Okay, that's me. And now, Pat. Come on, Pat.
Thank you. I'm with the Racial Equality Project, and the announcement I have, the first one is about our history. Hi. The Black Power salute at the Olympics on October 16th, 1968, during the medal ceremony at the Mexico City Olympics, American athletes Tommie Smith and John Carlos raised their fist in Black Power salute. This silent but powerful protest against racial injustice was seen by millions around the world. The gesture sparked both support and backlash, but it became an enduring symbol of the civil rights movement, highlighting the ongoing struggle for equality in the U.S. Okay, so let's say our prayer. I'll say a few lines first, or one line, and you come after me. We are the light bearers of love and forgiveness. Vibrating the flames of equality, grace, and peace all over the world. Our journey toward equality reflects our commitment, ensuring that all are heard and valued. We are all part of our history. That's good. Okay. Now, on Awakening Wednesday, we have breathwork with Scott Calafiore. Scott's intuitive breathwork practice is enhanced with self-reflection, energy balancing, Kundalini activation. During the practice, you will participate in sharing, self-healing, and intention setting, followed by 30 minutes of intuitive and spiritually guided 3-part breath work with breath holds. And then the last one, oh, that's it. Okay. Thank you. No more? Thank you so much.
All right, that's beautiful. Thank you, Pat. So, time is running out. Universal Spirit Center. Can you imagine us being in Africa? Bringing our energy and light to Africa on safari. So, I need, if you're thinking about it, if you want to be about it, we had another Zoom yesterday and I recorded it. So I'll be more than happy to share that with you, to share up more information. And on our webpage, it's a beautiful layout of information and clickies. So please go check it out. Let's confirm your spot. Let's do this. All right. Next. The acting class is on and happening, y'all. It's happening. Tuesday, we will be here at 6:30, right in here. We have a wonderful group. It's not too late if you want to join. We're going to have our presentation, the performance, December the 13th. So it's 8 weeks of divine getting together, practice, and finding your voice. So if you're feeling called to that, please come out. And we also have a sign up on the sign up sheet out there on the yes table. All right. After they vote? Yeah, go ahead.
My name's Al Floyd, and I've been asked to speak about my experience with the Grief Workshop. 2 years ago, my best friend Shmuel died, and I grieved. And you're going, Al, that's normal. But I can tell you that when I started grieving for Shmuel, I hadn't grieved in 50 years. The last time I had grieved, I was a 19-year-old punk in Vietnam who saw too much too soon, and I just shut everything down. But the thing was, when I left, I never turned it back on. And so now, I started feeling the grief of 50 years all at once. This happened on a Friday. I come here Sunday, and I hear about a workshop, a grief workshop, that's going to be put on. And I'm thinking to myself, you might want to do that. You don't know how to deal with grief. And so, through the stuff we did in class and through meditation, I came up with the idea that I could start writing letters. And so I started writing amends letters, forgiveness letters, goodbye letters. Sometimes I would write to a person more than one letter. Sometimes I had to write to a certain person more than once. But I started writing letters in July 2022. I wrote my last letter in March of 2024. In April of 2024, a group of us from Universal Spirit Center went back to Washington, D.C. One of the things we did there was go to the Vietnam Wall. I'd been there twice before, and I'd lost it both times. I couldn't stay. I just had to get away. We take a night bus tour Friday night, and it's just raining like hell. And it's like, God damn. And so it was like, I'm back in Vietnam all over again. Just but the thing was, when I went to the wall, the energy was gone. And then Carolyn made me go back to the wall Saturday before we left for coming home to like make sure. But what happened is I made peace with the war. And I never dreamed in a million years that could happen. So if any of you are dealing with grief, need some help, please think of signing up for the workshop, and I will be at the table, at the yes table after the service to answer any questions. Thank you.
on that one. Good morning. My name is Margot Alora, and I actually started with Reverend Kevin's blessings about 20 years ago, doing something called First Saturday with Angels. And that name actually came from my entombment, from talking to my guides. And the other day I was talking to them, and they said, have you noticed things are changing a little bit? And the title of your class is not quite as instructive or even open as what we're experiencing now. So Diana and I have decided to do just a 4-week short class on inviting you into conversations about insights with Spirit. Your insights, and if that's my phone, that's my, that's my cat's, yeah, that's my vet, and I'll call my vet right back. He's in the hospital, but he's okay now. He wasn't yesterday. Now, pause and back to. So the class is for us to have conversations that you might want to say update our wardrobe in spirituality. And notice some of the things that we're going to, yeah, that's cool, huh? And I have a new blouse on. Update our wardrobe, update our listening, update our thinking, and let go of that which came from society and needs to be put aside, and opening up to pathways of joy and peace and insight and expansion. So I invite you the next 4 Tuesdays, but not this next Tuesday, come. Then I'm going to go on a cruise for a week, and then come on back, and we'll conclude our conversations, and the pathways that will open up for each one of us will be marvelous. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Bob Moza. I have the rest of your announcements for today. Good morning. So if you have any questions about, especially those people online, about what we've talked about, please go to our website, universalspiritcenter.org, for all your questions and answers. So voting, really quickly, if you need and have any questions, I'll be in the back at the yes table. I'm a site manager, so I hopefully have the answers to your questions, but it's next Tuesday, so keep that in mind. And voting starts on Saturday. Daylight saving time ends Saturday, November 3rd. Fall back, get an extra hour of sleep. You'll be too early. And finally, speaking of bad art, do you know why vampires are bad at art? I'll tell you. They only know how to draw blood.
All right. So, what? Oh, today? Sorry, there's a lot of announcements this morning. Thank you for your attention. So today at 3 p.m., Crystal Bowls here, led by Maria Teresa. So thank you for all your attention during that. There's Maria Teresa. So I think next Friday, I think it is Day of the Dead. And so next Sunday, we're going to create an altar. So if you would like to acknowledge anyone that has made their transition in your life, please bring a picture or an object, and we'll create an altar, and we'll have a special acknowledgement of them. Okay, so we invite you to do that. Also, Derek, I want to introduce Derek. Derek Bronkhurst is a practitioner of ours. He lives in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and he's our practitioner for this morning. So Jeff, could we have Derek on the... There he is.
Good morning.
So he's leading us in our prayer. You want to say anything to the group, Derek?
There has been so much said and so much joy. I don't really even know what else I could add to it. So just glad to be here right now. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Derek. Okay. So I invite you to stand as a stretch from all those announcements you heard, right? And as our tradition, I invite you to turn to the clock. Below the clock is a camera where hundreds of people are watching us online. So welcome the people that join us online. Stay standing and welcome each other to Universal Spirit Center. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Central, the great Midwest. Good, find your seats, come back. Bring that joy and love to your seats with you, though. Good to see you all. Yes, as Reverend Kevin nicely introduced, my name is Derek Brunkhorst, and I am one of your licensed prayer practitioners. Though you probably haven't seen me very often, I hide in the back there. No, I actually don't. I'm here in Missouri, but I am very proud and very happy to be part of this practitioner team that we have at Universal Spirit Center. There is not going to be a practitioner on duty to pray with you guys live this afternoon, but if you do have a prayer request, please fill out one of the prayer request forms right next to the platform, right on the right next to the platform there. And we will take a look at those, and those get sent to me and to also Sherry out east, and all the practitioners. We take that time into prayer. And so that's what we're going to be doing right now as we, this moment, I'm going to be kind of leading us in centering part, and then do a spiritual reading, and then an invocation. And so if you could, with this, like I just said, I'm going to get us centered. I'll read a passage, and then right after that passage, we'll go into about a 3-minute meditation, and then a little bit of music, and then my voice will lead you out of the meditation and I'll be doing an invocation at that point. So right now, if you would, just center yourself. Let's center ourselves in that breath that Reverend Kevin lets us know that we are connected. So just if you would, breathe into that heart center, and just then release. And I invite you to take another breath. Just breathe in the peace and the joy in that room. And then just release that love. And if you feel comfortable, you may close your eyes, feeling that chair support you, your feet firmly on the floor. And now a reading from Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind and Spirit. When we become conscious of our oneness with the divine, beliefs in evil, sickness, limitation, and death tend to disappear. The key to spiritual power lies in our conscious oneness with the whole. but from this conscious awareness of the whole. And in this conscious awareness of the divine, we become present now to the oneness with the divine. And it is in this oneness with the one mind, this oneness with the one spirit, this oneness with the one life that flows in, through, by each one of us and fills this place right now. It is in this place of love, a place that we call home, a place of peace, that we now enter into this moment. We know now that the divine is present as always, and we know that it is good. So it is with a grateful heart that we enter into this time. It is with a grateful heart that we know that the words that Reverend Kevin speak today are divinely led. We open our hearts and our minds and our ears to listen to these and take them in. We are so grateful for the music and the joy that Chino shares with us on stage, a love that is felt clear to Missouri and all over, I'm sure. And so grateful for all the people who have made this day happen, take place, the volunteers, the production team, the music team, and for you sitting there right now. We are so grateful. And so with this heart of gratitude, this heart of love, we now just enter into this very special time together in unity. And join with me now as I say, and so it is.
I searched around far and wide for the truth, and I could feel inside of temple. Stone. I look desperately for a place I could call home, and everywhere I turned, the message was loud and clear that the truth I searched so hard to find was not out there, but here in me. With God is my devotion. Every space is filled with God. Neither doubt nor fear can find a place in me. With God is my devotion. Sure of who I am, I'm standing strong. Bathed in grace, I live
message that I want to live. I want to be the way that I'm looking for. I need to shine the light that I want to see. I need to be the light that is so much more. I finally found the truth that sets me free. Now I am the light that's shining so bright. Do you want another way? Oh, I am. Do you want another way? The way in is the way out. Do you want another way? Oh, yes. Do you want another way? The way in is the way out. I live to be the path of righteousness that truly brings the peace that I need to feel. I'm standing in the Spirit, I must confess. I pray to live this life and God is oh so real. I finally found the truth that sets me free. Now I am a light that's shining so bright. Do you want another way? Woo! Oh yeah. Do you want another way? The way in is the way out. Do you want another way? Oh yes. Do you want another way? The way in is the way out. Do you want another way? Ah, yes. Do you want another way? The way in is the way out. With God is my devotion. Every space is filled with God. Neither doubt nor fear can find a place in me. With God is your devotion. Sure of who you are, you're standing strong. Bathe in grace, you live. The master so much more. I pray to God each day and now I know much more. I finally found the truth that set me free. Now I am the light. Now I am the light. Yes, I am the light. And you are the light. Yes, we are the light. Let's everybody love the light.
Yes, I am the light.
Let's walk together in the light.
Yes, I am the light.
Come on, everybody, shine your light.
Yes, I am the light.
Oh, shine so bright. Do you want another way? Oh, yeah. Do you want another way? The way in is the way out. Do you wanna another way? Do you want another way? The way in is the way out. Do you wanna know? Do you wanna know? Do you wanna know? Do you wanna know the way? Yeah. Do you wanna know? Do you wanna know? Do you wanna know? Do you wanna know the way? Yeah, 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 yeah. Do you wanna know? Do you wanna know? Do you wanna know? Do you wanna know the way? Do you wanna know? Do you wanna know the way? Yeah, yeah. Do you wanna know the way? Yeah, yeah. Do you wanna know the way? The way in is the way out.
Gino and our house band. All right. I better get off the stage before Gino turns it into a dance floor. So I just have to acknowledge Al for his share around grief. That was just really profound. And I want to acknowledge Borghild will be facilitating the grief group, so you can see her afterwards, if you would like. And you know, she is a masterful teacher around this. And I know from experience to say grief is an intense, transformative process. And when we start, you know, to grieve, it's not just one thing or one person, right? It's a pool of grief, as Al said, so I won't repeat that, but I just did. But it's transformative. It's transformative. Grief is transformative. But that's not what I'm going to talk about this morning. How many of you feeling a tad bit stressed out of what's going on in the world or the nation? It's a lot going on, right? It's a lot. And I just have to acknowledge that it's probably impacting us on a level of anxiety and stress. So I just really want to say a couple things about this. This is an environment of this great divide in our country that we've been experiencing for a while now. We turn on the news about international stuff, a lot of threats of war, a lot of crisis going on in the world. A lot is going on, a lot, right? I can't help but think the experience that we had of COVID is just a bodily symptom of all the stuff that's going on in our psyche and emotionally. So here's my invitation to you. Practice self-care. Have an awareness that you may be anxious and stressed out. However, it's become your new norm. And as a way to ground back to who we are, self-care is important to do that. So I invite all of us to take some breaths, to pause, to realize we're under a lot of stress. We're under a lot of stress. And unfortunately, it's probably become our new normal. To just pause and do the self-care that's required for us to get back in touch with ourselves, right? And love is the only thing that matters. So Christine Thompson gave a phenomenal talk last week about that very subject. And I know she's watching. She couldn't be here with her family, but thank you, Christine. She just reminded us that love's the most important thing. It really is. So it reminded me of a story that I have a good buddy who used to be a Catholic priest, a very spiritual guy of integrity, and he was a priest some years back, a Roman Catholic priest. And he fell in love with a woman about the time, just to give you time, I was in ministerial school. Fell in love with a woman, and he really struggled with should he leave the priesthood or stay a priest. And he was very committed to, he was a missionary in Guatemala and loved serving the poor. So it really stressed his heart out about what to do, right? And it took him about a year. And it's a big deal. For those of you who are maybe raised Catholic or in that, it's a big deal to leave, because when one leaves, they get automatically kicked out of the church. So he really struggled, took up about a year. And he finally decided to leave and to marry this woman. And he and I were talking about one of the hardest people for him to go and tell was this priest, this older priest who had been his mentor for years. And he was so afraid of maybe rejection from this guy, maybe being turned around. So it really took him a lot of courage to literally go knock on this guy's door and say, I'm leaving. So he did. He worked up the courage, worked up the faith to do that. Goes and knocks the door, sees the guy, and he goes, I have to tell you, I'm leaving the priesthood. And this older gentleman, this older priest looked at him and said, the only thing that matters is that you love. The only thing that matters is that you love. I was talking to a spiritual teacher during the week about, all the stuff that's going on in our nation and in the world. And she says, we're on an evolutionary impulse moving forward. We are. That's humanity. We're evolving as a species. We're evolving in consciousness. That's pretty much, for those of us on this path, we feel it, right? We feel the call to evolve. We feel a call to be more loving. We feel a call to be our best selves, right? That's the evolutionary impulse upon our souls. And what she says is, it's almost like she feels that there's this dark, ugly head that's rearing itself, because when we state the positive, that's which is contrary to it rises up. And she feels like it's like one last time rising up. So it's important for us to hold steady to love. It's important not to get caught up in reaction, because when you and I get caught up in reaction, we get caught up in that lower vibrational energy of who's right, who's wrong, who's to blame, who hurt me, right? That stuff. And it's imperative that we get clear about what we're promoting. Are we promoting more reaction? Or are we choosing love? I can't help but feel that the universe is calling forth a gathering of light workers to usher in something that's new. And I will just share this. Don't want to get all political on us, but I will just share this. I have such a strong sense that this nation has the potential, whether we will or not, we have the potential to lead the world in the way of peace. We have the potential for that. Let's take a breath here. So, I've been thinking for myself, how can I deepen in the experience of love, be a greater light worker, be more forgiving, be more a vehicle or a channel through which divine energy moves through, right? And Meister Eckhart, who happened to be another priest who lived in the 13th century, he'd been in German area land, Meister Eckhart, he said, to experience more of God's love, we don't have to add anything. We're already enough. To experience more of God's love, we don't add anything. We have to subtract something. And that has been really on my mind the last couple of weeks. What I've got to subtract or lose or let fall away, since we're in the season of falling away, are those masks or defenses I've built up over time to feel safe, to feel vulnerable. And I taught from experience to say there's no way we can defend ourselves against a heart-shattering experience. We can't. And when it happens, pray that we have the grace to keep an open heart, because that's where the light comes in, is a shattered heart. So So I've been looking at myself about ways that over the years that I felt safe. And you know, I grew up in a family, it was my perception, I will say that, but I grew up in a family where I thought the only way to be safe was two ways. It was not to feel, and to not be wrong. Some of you could relate? Okay, might be a thing for some of us. But you have your own, you know, keep your own. You have your own, some of you have your own ways, but that was what I perceived. Now, I will say this, my parents did the best that they could. This is no way dogging on my parents, not at all. In fact, when I really get some perspective on my childhood, I realize that's the very thing I needed. Those kinds of ingredients is growing up so that my soul can really shine forth in a way that it couldn't have without those ingredients. So I have an awareness that, in fact, I needed that dynamic. But anyway, regardless of that. So I grew up in a family that I had to be right. I couldn't be wrong, and I couldn't feel right. So those were survival skills. We all develop them. Anyone else have survival skills that they grew up with that they might want to share? A couple people that they shared that they helped you get through? Yeah, Carolyn. Maybe people laugh. The comedian. Yeah, that's a big one. You have to be perfect. Kind of a version of being right. You have to be perfect. Yes, in the back. Be seen and not heard. Yeah. Don't let people know what's really going on with you. Yeah. Over-empathizing. So we all got our things. Good. Okay, we know what they are. We got them. So they're survival skills. Good for us that we did them. Because it got us through those very difficult times, right? But what happens when we grow up is those very things that were our survival skills become blocks to intimacy and connection and love. How could I be in a loving relationship if I'm not feeling? How could I be in a loving relationship if I've got to be right? How could you be in a loving relationship if you have to be perfect or over-emphasize or be seen and not heard or not letting people know what's going on? So, if we want to experience love and connection, if we want to be other than a part of the reaction of what's going on in the world and be a loving presence, these defenses have to be dismantled. And an authentic spirituality dismantles these defenses. An authentic spirituality dismantles these defenses. So when I joined many years ago, joined Science of Mind and Spirit, I became really aware of those things that were blocking me from connection and intimacy and a life that I wanted. I looked great on paper, but inside I was dying. And it was because I was so shut off. You know, I had to be right and I couldn't feel right. Those were my main ways of operating. And in a lot of ways they served me well, but they didn't serve me well to be connected or experience intimacy or make any kind of significance on the planet. So I remember, I don't know if some of you can relate to this, but I remember those early days in Science of Mind and Spirit. It was so painful because I was learning to be vulnerable and feel feelings that I hadn't felt in a lifetime. And part of me knew that if I wanted to save my life, this was how to do it. Is to get real. To roll up my sleeves and to do the work. And the first step is to leave the old paradigm that we're sinful or guilty or shameful. Because a vibration, a consciousness of love cannot be held in the lower vibration of being sinful or guilty or not enough or not deserving. It can't happen. So those older vibrational structures or consciousness have to be broken apart so that love can move through. How can love move through? How can infinite, divine, God's love move through me as a change agent if I only experience myself as guilty and shameful and not enough and not deserving? So that old paradigm, for starting, needs to be blown away. Needs to be left. And a new definition of who we are be brought forth. Like, we are created as the image of the divine. Like that. Or, you are whole and perfect and complete and lovable just the way you are. Or, and I like this is Deborah Mortar, Dr. Mortar's definition. Spiritual beings having a spiritual experience on the earth plane. Isn't that cool? Spiritual beings having a spiritual experience on an earth plane, on the earth plane. Let's take a breath here, because I need a breath here. So, you know, as I've been thinking about what I wanted to share with you this morning, I was thinking about my childhood, right? And then also with my grief these days, I'm grieving all over again. You know, my parents too. So I've just got flashbacks of childhood, right? And I'm thinking, what's consistent of me and of you in growing up? What's consistent about us? What's the one thing that's consistent? What? We made it. That's true, but that's true. But not who we are. But I would propose to you, consider this: the one thing that's consistent and true about you from the very beginning to now is this: your awareness, your consciousness, your ability to be aware. And I'm not talking about analyze or judge or think. I'm thinking behind that. Simply awareness. Observe, take in, experience what is here now. That's the one thing. It's consciousness. It's awareness. And consciousness that can stand apart from judgment or reaction or future or past, that consciousness, it's high consciousness. You know, the Buddha says our true nature is peace. Our true consciousness, it's peace. When it's not affected by past and future mental concepts, judgments, blame, you know, all those things that we grew up with to feel safe. When those things are given pause, we experience pure consciousness. Just being. That's the one thing that was true about you and will be after death true about you. And that's God. high consciousness is divinity. To me, that's what God is. So you and I have really, especially as we go through these next couple weeks, but even on, you and I have, I think, a really clear choice. Are we going to once again choose love? Choose to be a channel for love? Choose to work really hard at staying elevated in a high vibration? Or are we going to be in reaction? Or are we going to be part of what's moving across the country and our planet? Really, this morning, it's a good morning. It's a good morning to choose. It's a good morning to choose. So let's take a breath. I just want to say, I think, one more thing, and that's this. I really want to stress what I started with just this piece of self-care. I don't know if we're all really aware of how much we need nurturing and self-care and space and TLC, given what we've been going through the last few years. So maybe we start there. Maybe we start with the awareness that you are a spiritual being first and foremost, and that there are light beings of light surrounding you, so eager to assist you. Call on them. Call on them to show us the way to love. So I'm going to invite you to take a breath and go ahead and close your eyes. Just to take a deep breath right into your heart. So the Hindus say that there is one breath, and that it's God's breath. So I invite you now to breathe in God's breath. Breathe in sacred breath. And breathe that breath right into your heart and into your body. So for this moment here now, let lesser things fall away. And just as you aren't, and just as you are, come now into the experience of love. We let lesser things fall away. And I invite you to be a channel for love, to experience yourself as an instrument, as a pathway for love and light and grace from the infinite loving source through you to all beings. Let's just do that now. Let's just choose that right now. Breathing in. A channel, an instrument, a vehicle for divinity to move through and to touch our lives, our loved ones, our nation, our planet. So we hold our world in the experience of love.
to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved and to love with all my soul. Make me a channel of your peace. Where there's despair in life, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness, only light. And where there's sadness, ever joy. Oh, grant that I may never seek so much to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love with all my soul. Make me a channel of your peace. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned, in giving to all men that we receive, and in dying that we are born to.
Hello, hello, everybody. I'm Doug Cooper, the Global Heart Tithe guy. So I've talked about this before. What's the Global Heart Tithe? We give rain or shine, hurricane, tornadoes, natural disasters. We give 10% of everything that we bring in through all your donations, through all the love and high energy that we get from our congregation. We give 10% of that to deserving organizations, and we have two things to announce today. One is it was kind of an emergency giving to the hurricane. So we identified, with the help of some of our congregants, a couple really great organizations in Asheville, North Carolina, that have boots on the ground, that they're providing water and food and help for people with pets. One of them is called the Beloved Asheville, and the other is the Dream Center, Asheville Dream Center. And we're giving each of them $500. So it's really excited to be able to support them. And today, last month, we decided to give to another organization, and Kath Gray, I'm sure, doesn't want me to recognize her again, but this is the second time that Kath nominated an organization, and she has a very giving family. Her father, Laurel Gray, is watching us right now, and he started the organization that we're giving $500 to the Senior Gleaners. And Lisa Lindgren is the executive director or general manager of Senior Gleaners. She has a table in the back. Unfortunately, for all you young people, you got to be 55 or older to take part as a senior gleaner. But you can come one time, I think, and check it out. So here is Kath Gray to talk about Lisa Lindgren to talk about Kath Gray's father's organization.
Thank you very much. You are all such a welcoming group. I've never had so many hugs. It's just great. Kath had told me this is going to be a lively event, and I'm like, yeah, it is. That's very lively. I also got to meditate. I mean, it's been great. He only gave me 3 minutes. He's talked about half of what I was going to say. But I do want to wave hi to Laurel. I've never got to meet him. But Kath's father, Laurel, he and two other gentlemen in 1992 were driving through North County, San Diego, and started talking about how much produce, citrus and avocados, and that they saw on the trees that were going to waste, and shouldn't they do something about it? And so they did, and in 1994, so this is our 30th anniversary, we were incorporated, we got our 501c3 from the federal government, so we're a nonprofit, and started gleaning. And gleaning is, if you glean information, you get bits of information. Well, this is bits of produce. So this is food that would otherwise go to waste. And it could be in orchards, it could be in groves, it could be in your backyard. Where's my new friend Kathy from Alpine? She's back there. Okay, she uses the senior gleaners. We go to her home, and these are all volunteers, 55 or over. Most are retired, not everybody, and they volunteer a couple days, a couple hours a week. And so she can tell you if you want to talk to her. But we go to people's backyards, front yards, groves, and we pick the fruit, usually fruit, citrus and avocados and pomegranates, and that would otherwise go to waste because these people have them and they can't eat them all. Give them away to all. You've all been there, right? Or maybe you haven't, but you give it away to as many people as you can, and you still have a whole bunch. So we glean it, and then it goes into the food distribution network. So we have over 50 different places where it's then donated. And so already this year, we've gleaned over 200,000 pounds of food that's been donated, and since 1994, in the 30 years, over 7 million pounds of food has been rescued. So I'm very, on behalf of the organization, I'm very appreciative of the donation. We also have a van that goes to Vons and Jimbo's and supermarkets that otherwise would be throwing away this food that they can't sell. And the van costs money. So their $500 will help pay for the fuel for the van for several months. So we're very appreciative. I do have the table. I'm not at the yes table apparently, but I'm at the back table. And if you're interested, if you have fruit you want to donate, or you're interested in trying us out and donating your time, you can sign up right back there. I've got a few handouts, and I hope you'll join us. I was talking to Doug. I said maybe you could all get together and come glean one day with us, and try us out. But thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Yay. Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, let's talk about conscious giving. So I just have to say that whenever I have the opportunity to be up here on a giving day like this, I just feel so much love when I talk about giving, and it's such an honor to be a channel for the center here. We talk about the high vibrational energy today, so much about that, and channels of love. When you give something, it's the highest vibrational energy that you can have, and you feel so much better about the world, and you connect with people. And like I said, I just feel so much love whenever I'm up here doing this, and because of this giving that the center has as part of its charter. So please, if you have a gift to give today, you can place it on your heart, and repeat after me. As I give out, so I receive. As I receive, so I give out. The perfect expression of love through me, and so it is.
Thank you, Doug.
And Lisa, thank you. And you at home, join us as you get ready to hit the QR codes. We love your love and appreciation. And as you're preparing, we'll join in and sing our congregational song, Flow With Me. Flow through me. Flow, Spirit, flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit, show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding love. Yeah, just go on, sing it out, sing it out. Flow, Spirit, flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your. That's pretty, y'all. That's pretty. Come on. Oh, yeah, yeah. Flow, Spirit, flow through me when I wake up in the morning.
An expression of
flow,
your
unfolding
peace.
Show me every day which way. Show me every expression of your unfolding la 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 la.
All right. So, see Lisa afterwards. Lisa, I'm so inspired by what you do. I can't believe we only gave you $500. And we have a new, if you haven't noticed, we have a new daddy in the house. Simon! Stand up, Simon! Simon! He finally got a night's sleep through the night, so he's here with us this morning. So there is, and then see Gino about the Christmas Eve in Africa.
Right after,
Yeah.
right up here, right after.
And then see me afterwards across the way if you're interested in foundations, checking it out. So if you would please stand. In our Science of Mind and Spirit monthly magazine, Stephanie brought into me a prayer, an affirmation they have for our nation. So I'm going to pray it for us. Let's join hands. Let's take a deep breath in. This is from our Centers for Spiritual Living. Take a deep breath in. Move right into your heart space. So join with me in knowing together, affirming that the United States and its elected leaders are guided by wisdom, compassion, and integrity in all its decisions and actions. Envision a nation where justice and equality prevail and where every voice is heard and respected. Envision with me that our leaders are inspired to work together harmoniously and for the greater good, fostering unity and understanding among all people. Let's know this together, as together we say, and so it is.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, 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 I release. and love, and people feel it and they see it. They go, hey, I want to be a part of that. Say, come join me at Namaste. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Blessings. Have a fantastic Sunday. Go Kansas City.